Hi everyone, thanks for joining me here. My name is Raquel Alder. I'm here with the Pro Performer platform. I've got a really exciting interview for you guys today. This interview is with a musical theatre star. I love this guy so much. We've worked together before on a previous contract. So without further ado, here's Matthew Sims. Hi, Matt. Hey, how are you?
That's everybody screaming for me. I'm great. How are you?
I'm really good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me here today.
Oh my gosh, no, thank you so much for being here. It's my pleasure to have you. I wanted to talk to you today because I think that you've got a lot of really awesome experience under your belt in the performing arts industry. And I think a lot of performers would get a lot of great advice from listening to you talk about your views and your auditions and your experience so far. So please begin by telling us what you've done in your career as a performer so far.
Oh, wow. My career, I have done cruise ships. That's where we work together. I did some cruise ships. I done some regional theater where I did Hairspray. I did Memphis. A show called Recording in Hollywood. I've done some extra work, like for TV shows. I've done some background vocals for TV shows, like The Village. Also for like on John Legend's album, I did some vocals. His most recent. And I've done Motown The Musical, the national tour, and I've done the Book of Mormon, the national tour as well. I may be missing some stuff. It sounds like when you see your career, you're like, I have done nothing. But then when you like someone asks you that, it's like, oh my God, I did that. Oh, I did that. I did that. So yeah, I've done that. Oh, I've done Saturday Night Live. Yeah, that's it. I think that's all.
Amazing. So there's some pretty big credits in there that probably make your resume look pretty top notch.
It looks fabulous.
Yes, that's awesome. It's so good. You did touch on just then that you worked for the Book of Mormon. You did the Book of Mormon national tour, and maybe some younger performers may not have seen this show because it is a bit more
adultish.
But for those performers who have seen it, I personally absolutely loved this show so much. And
it's an amazing show.
Yeah, I just wanted to kind of find out from you, what was your audition process like for that show and how was it doing that national tour?
Oh, wow. So my audition process, I want to start by saying my audition process started in maybe 2018.
Wow.
That's when I moved to New York. So I was like going in for their open calls, just auditioning like maybe once every 3 months or something. I would just like sing a 16-bar cut, and it's so frustrating because as soon as you go in, you're like, they're like, it's not even the casting. It's casting, but it's not even like the big wigs that you would think it would be. It's just like an assistant or something like that, or a casting director who's just like, hi, and you're like, hey, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna sing this song. Okay, sing. And then you sing it, you're like, thank you. And then it just goes on. So you don't hear anything. So you're like, did I do good? Did I do bad? Was that horrible? Do they like me? Do they not? Are they gonna call me tomorrow? Should I keep my phone on? What do I have to do? Like, what's next? And so it started with like maybe a year and a half of that. During that time, it felt like 12 years had gone by and they hadn't called me. So I was like, I'm never going in for Book of Mormon again. I'm tired of them. Because I was like, I feel like I'm doing a great job when I get in there, but they just say, thank you. You know, thank you. Thank you for what? Are you saying thank you, come tomorrow so we can get the job going? Or are you saying thank you, never see me again? So I don't know. So it was a ball of confusion. So it was I don't even remember the day of the week it was, but I was honestly just kind of over it all. I was just like over it. I don't want to audition for anything. I don't want to sing. I don't want to dance. I'm going to go get a job at the gas station and just live my life. So my agent calls me and she was like, hey, you got called in for Book of Mormon, but the call is tomorrow. Are you free tomorrow? And I was like, yes, I'm free tomorrow. Okay, I'll go there. But she's like, there's information, and you have sides to learn. You have a song to learn, and you have. So it's
Wow.
like, okay, you know what? This is exciting. This is exciting. Let me learn this. She's like, I'm going to see the vocal recording of it. Is there any way you can go see the show? And I was like, I am an actor who is not acting. I have no money. I cannot go see the show, but I can. And I think I was doing like a reading at the time or something else. And I was like, okay, I will. I would go in for this. So it's like, I'll go in for it. So I stayed up that night learning the lines. I like to be off book for everything. I don't like to go in and have to rely on the paper because it messes me up. I'm so focused on where I am on the paper that I cannot give a true character to the role.
Yeah.
So I was like, let me get off book. And everything, surprisingly, it made sense. Usually when you get sides that make sense, I can learn it quickly like that. So it made sense. I went into the room and it was like it was just a casting director. It was a casting agent first. And so I went in, I sang my song. They asked me to sing a song from my book. So I sang James Brown, I Feel Good. And I was like, okay, I'll do that. You know, it was a little fun number. And then they were like, okay, can you sing the material that we have prepared? And I was like, sure. And they said, have you ever seen the show? I've never seen this show. I have heard so much about it. I've never seen this. So I don't know what's going on. I'm just, because if you see the show, you know, like it's so fun and out there. But if you haven't seen it, you're like, this don't make sense. But okay, I'll go with it. So you go with it. It just so happened that when I finished my audition, the casting director was walking me out of the door, and there were some high school students who were doing some program or something in that building, and they were standing outside the door, and they were like, when I walked out, they were like, "Oh my God, you are amazing!" So I feel like they helped me out a little bit. So I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Oh, stop! No, keep going, say it louder, so she can hear." So they were like, "Oh my God, tell us about you." So they talked to me for a little bit. So I was like, "Okay, that's cool." I thought that was the end of it. I was like, you know what? I did what I came to do, and I was fine with that. The next day, my agent called me and she was like, hey, they want you to come in for another callback. So I was like, what? Okay. So like, you're just going to do the same material. You're going to do the same thing. So this time I go in the room, it's like everybody. It's like the directors and the choreographer and all these people are in there. And so I go in and I do the same material again. And they're like, great. Thank you so much, Matthew. Can you come back? So I was like, okay. They're like, this time we want you to dance. And, you know, I'm a singer first. I'm a strong mover, but I'm a singer first. You've seen me do my dancing. So, you know, it looks nothing like yours. So I was like, okay, cool. Cool. I will come back and dance. So it was like, so I had brought my dance clothes just in case, because I always carry a bag with like dance shoes, dance clothes, water, not makeup because I don't really wear makeup, but you know, a towel because once I start sweating, it's over. So I went in and danced and everything, and that's all I heard. So I was like, okay, so that might have been on a Thursday. Then they said, can you come back again on Friday? So I was like, okay, I'll keep coming in. So I'm like, I keep making it to these next. I was like, this is new. Wait a minute, what are you guys doing to me? Okay, I'll come in. So I came in Friday, and they were like, I did it. And I think that day, that's when everybody, like whoever wasn't in the room the first time, they were in the room that day. So that Friday, everybody was in the room, and my voice was like trying to play little tricks on me.
Oh,
so
no.
I was like, I know, you know, just when you go for the high note, it was like, ah! And I was like, no, my voice doesn't do this for real. But luckily, the people who had heard me do it consistently for a while, they were like, take your time, but you need some water. First of all, the Book of Mormon team is extremely nice. Extremely nice, extremely sweet, extremely caring. They take great care of you. So they all gave me like bottles of water, and I was like, no, I have my own water. Thanks. So I drank my water, and they're like, sing it again. So I sung everything again. Everything came out, you know, flawlessly and everything. And they were like, great. And they were like, you are a great, they encouraged me. They said, you're a great performer and all that stuff like that. So I was like, okay, perfect. I went away, not really worrying about it. I kind of took the stress off myself. I was like, whether I get this job or not, it has been an awesome experience. And my thing was to go in and book the room, to go in and show and be a great representation of myself and show them every facet of that I can do this job. I can do everything that you asked me to do. I could do that, and then I could do a little more. So Friday came. I didn't hear anything. My agent was like, they liked you. They're going to try to make some offers by the end of the night. I didn't hear anything Friday night. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to go about my business. So I went out with friends. We hung out, just like letting it go. Saturday, heard nothing. Sunday, it was like 1:00 in the morning. One of my friends, I was walking my friend to the bus. She used to work late at a restaurant. So I would walk her home and stuff. And 1:00 in the morning, I was just, you know, as you check your email, it was just scrolling and it said offer letter. And I was like, what? I feel like we're in the middle of the bus station, the Port Authority, the big Port Authority in New York. We're in the middle of it screaming. And my friend is like, he's going to Broadway! He's going to Broadway! And everybody in the, everybody just like, okay, we don't care. Just like, okay.
In a big city, just like.
Good for him. I'm homeless or whatever. Everybody just looking at me crazy over to my bus. It's like everybody's just looking at me crazy. So that was my offer. So that was like Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday morning. They asked me to be packed and ready to go by Tuesday to fly out to Vegas from New York on Tuesday. I was like, yes, but then something happened. So they asked me to fly out Wednesday because they were flying from another city and I don't know. So I met them on Wednesday. But my process leading up to that, I had done a lot of internal work. Because prior to that, I wasn't booking anything. I wasn't even getting callbacks for anything. I also had a knee surgery that I was like kind of recovering from a little bit. So I was just feeling down and feeling like I was worthless. And you can't really perform if you only got one leg and you're not used to having one leg. I'm not trying to single anybody out. Everyone can do it. But from the faculties that I was used to using, I didn't have that full access. So I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And once I got up on my feet, literally, I started like going to the gym every day. I started reading devotionals. I started like my inner circle. We would encourage each other so much because most of my friends were already on Broadway. I was the odd duck who was just like hanging with these Broadway people who was like, I can't get a job, but I love y'all anyway, And once I changed that mind of I can get a job and my job is coming. And you know what? This is going to be my job and I'm going to take this job. Why? Because I'm qualified and I can handle it and I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you that. Not try to prove it to you, but just show you that I can do it. And that mind shift and that mentality it took me from being a victim in the room to being a victor in the room. And so, and also being in the room, just like there's no little me and no big you. We're all human. We're all here to have fun. You're here to fill a spot. I'm here to fill a spot. So let's do that together. So that was my process leading up to getting into the show, the hit, the wonderful, the magnificent Book of Mormon National Tour.
That's so good. Honestly, like I loved everything that you just said there. And one thing that actually really touched on me just then is how, you spoke a little bit about like the mental struggles, like how you were kind of feeling doubtful about yourself and about your talent and not booking anything, prior to that audition there. How has that mental capacity kind of helped you throughout your career? Has that positive mindset always been around, or have you kind of struggled through that?
No, it hasn't always been around. And I remember growing up, I always felt like I was trying to please my parents and trying to do extra to make them like recognize, or I always wanted them to be like, oh my God, you're great. And they would never give that. And that's not their way of saying. I mean, as I grew up, they always supported me, but in what I needed to hear, what I wanted to hear, I always felt like I was trying to prove. And so I felt like I never measured up. So, and believe it or not, I would bring that with me through adolescence, through being a teenager, through being a young adult. And it reads in a room. If however you feel about yourself, or however you feel about your situation, or if you feel like, you're not enough, or all of that shows, that comes through to how you respond. Even the way you say good morning. I can tell by you if you're confident. I can tell by you if you're not sure of yourself. I can tell by if you're nervous, or by the way you just interact, by the way you look at me, by the way you look. Like, I can tell how you feel about yourself by a lot. And so that mindset, as I said, my circle, a lot of them just like did this show, and then as soon as they finish with that show, they're in the next one. And before that one ends, they have to leave this one to go to the next one. And for a while, I fell into the mindset of I'm not good enough. I fell into all I can do is this. What is it about me that's not good enough? What is it? Is it my appearance? Is it the way I sing? Can I not act? Can I not move? Like, what is it about me that's not? And none of that had to be the case. It could have just been this is not your opportunity. This is not the opportunity for you right now. There are millions of people and thousands of jobs. So just because you get a no, it doesn't mean that it's a no. It could be a not right now. And so I had to change that mindset because I had started doing like the wedding band circuit. And even though I was getting paid, I started viewing that as like a lower scale job, but I was still being able to express myself artistically. And so it was me working against myself. And so if I'm judging me and then the people behind the table are judging me, all of us are here working against me. And that's not fair to me. And so once I realized that I am enough, and it took some counseling, it took me having a counselor that I would see weekly, and we would talk through things, and she would ask me probing questions, and I would write in a journal, and I would go away for weekends away from New York, upstate New York, and just be alone with myself and try to figure out what is it that I didn't like about me? Why am I so hard on me? Why am I treating myself like that? And I had a friend who told me, he said, I love my friend, so don't mistreat my friend. And he was talking about me. And I said, you know what? You can't feel better about me than I can feel better about me. So I have to work on that. And once I changed that outlook, and every no wasn't a personal attack because I was taking everything, harboring everything like that. Once I was able to free that up, my life freed up. Opportunities started being able to come because I was loosening the chains that was locking me down. And so I say this to anyone who feels like that, like, work through that. Take some time and work through that, and know that you are worthy and you are worth it, and your opportunity is coming. Your yes is coming. Just keep going, because I was like, what if I had stopped when I wanted to stop? My yes would have never come. And you're always right around the corner. It could be the next thing. But if you stop right there, you'll never find out. And so I encourage and employ everyone to do the work that you have to do on yourself. You're special. There's no one, I always say, nobody can outdo Matthew Sims Jr. being Matthew Sims Jr. Nobody can outdo me being me. Nobody can be me better than me. I'm the only person who could be me and get that in me, okay? So nobody's gonna beat me at that. And so if you have that type of mentality, the sky is the limit. There is no limit. Let's not even say the sky, because there's stuff beyond the sky. There is no limit.
Amazing.
And I know I'll be talking too much. I know you'd be like, can you please, okay, can we keep our answers down to 30 seconds?
No, absolutely not. Honestly, you couldn't be more wrong. Like, I feel so inspired, like, hearing the things that you say, and everything that you just said just then was like so on point. Like, there are so many performers who, get into that lower mindset and think like, I'm not good enough. Like, what is it about me? Why can't I land a job? And it's that persistency that is so necessary, because if you don't keep that persistency about your dream or your passion or your dream job as a performer, and if you don't believe in yourself, it's never going to happen. And everything you said just then was so inspiring. And
it's even important to, like, you believe in yourself and surround yourself with people who believe in you as well. Not people who are going to gas you up, not people who are going to tell you a lie just because, oh, yeah, you look great, and you don't. Like, someone who's going to tell you the truth, but tell you the truth from a perspective of wanting you to be better and wanting the best for you. And I have a friend, her name is Angela Wildflower, and she always says, your network is your net worth. Your riches are not in digits. It's your network. It's the people who you surround yourself with. You look around your circle and you see, what are they doing? Maybe they're not billionaires, but do they have the mindset to get there? Or maybe they don't have the corporation, but are they working on getting there consistently? Are they ambitious? Or are they just sitting around talking about things and talking about other people and being careless and reckless? You have to assess that. You have to work on that. And I must say that my inner circle is amazing. Is phenomenal. And I sometimes sit back and assess them. I'm like, okay, we're growing together. We're growing together, because if you have a great circle, they're not going to grow and leave you behind.
Amazing. I do agree with that. I think that is really important. It's all about your support group, and not just in the performing arts industry, but also in business as well. People, business coaches and life coaches and career coaches will often tell people to surround themselves with the people that they want to be like. So, those people that you look up to, those people that are your role models, surround yourself with those people and you will adopt their mentalities.
Yes, you will.
It's amazing. Oh, I love that. Thanks so much for sharing that. That was so inspiring. Oh my gosh. So lastly, I just want to talk about the entertainment industry as it is right now. Obviously, coronavirus has really impacted all of us, not just in the performing arts, across the world, across a lot of industries, but the performing arts have really taken it hard. And I know here in the UK, especially, I know in Australia, there's been a little bit of this too, and perhaps in America as well. But, you know, people of power have kind of been saying the entertainment industry is struggling. Perhaps it's time you artists kind of retrain or rethink what you're doing with your lives at the moment and do something else. How do you think that is making younger performers feel, and how is that impacting you as well?
Well, oh, that's so. Yes, that is going on over here where I've heard that said. And let me be clear that I don't see a problem with having a backup plan. I don't see my backup plan. I used to be a math teacher. So I have a math degree and I have started a math tutoring company. I also am working on my real estate license. So I don't see a problem with having something else. But as doctors, police officers, firefighters, or what do they call them now? Frontline workers? Frontline
Frontliners,
workers?
yeah, frontline
Frontliners.
workers.
They are vital. And so is entertainment. We are vital. Can you go to the movies? Can you buy an album? Can you listen to music? Can you have a birthday party? Can you watch Can you Netflix and chill? What are you doing? All of that requires entertainment. And so our niche is necessary. Actually, our passion is purposeful. And so I feel that younger performers coming up can be a little discouraged by this because it kind of discourages me hearing that, but also fuels me because I'm very good at hearing what you say I can't do and making you a liar out of it. So I love a challenge. And so I work on that. But I want to encourage people to know that we are just as necessary as the doctor, because entertainment is medicine. Laughter is medicine, and it is curing people, and it's helping people, it's healing people. I think about the many people who, like, for birthdays, sometimes I'll just do a video and make up a little birthday song or make up a little dance or something like that and send it. And you don't know what that does to people who have been quarantined for almost a year, sometimes by themselves. Sometimes someone has sent me a song and it almost brought tears to my eyes. And I've heard the song a million times. I've heard them sing a million times, but it's different because now everything is so closed in and we don't know what tomorrow holds. But the earth without art is just eh. I saw that quote and I want you to know I stand by that firmly. We are necessary. We are vital.
Yeah, absolutely. I really love everything you just said. I think like that is so true. You know, people will go on Netflix or people will go, you know, on the internet and see an advert. Like all of these things were made by people in the arts, whether
Yes.
it's graphic design or acting or performing or, you know, musical theater shows or like your favorite movie. It's all people in the arts. And so
Think
you
of an
are
art
right.
gallery. Think of an art gallery. Have an art gallery with no art. I dare you to try it.
Exactly.
Have a wedding or a birthday party or a prom with no music. Good
Yeah.
luck. Have it. Have a movie theater with no movies. Have a TV with no Netflix, nothing entertainment based. So, and the thing about it is, this is the way that actors pay their bills, and so we are so unable to access the jobs right now because they're not there, because we have to be safe, and we get it. Safety is key here. But even though we're not able to do that right now, it is still necessary, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. And I definitely agree with that. And, you know, I just want people to know, younger performers especially as well, is that this is only temporary. And
Yes.
so long as we wear our masks, you know, follow the guidelines,
Oh,
keep
I like how you said that. Where are masks? I've never heard anybody say that. I say masks.
wear our masks,
It don't sound like that over here. So you can say masks to me anytime.
wear our masks.
Yes.
But it is like, so long as we follow the guidelines, like the entertainment industry will flourish again, because so long as there's people that are passionate about it, it will come back to life.
Yes. I'm ready to sing Hasadiga Evil Eye again. I'm ready to be in Uganda jumping around with my little
Yeah.
muscle shirt on and my little shorts. I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
I'm ready to get a consistent paycheck every, what was it, Thursday? I'm ready to look at my bank account and be like, oh, you there? Okay, let's go. Let's have a ball. Now I'm like, what am I going to do? What am I gonna
Yeah.
do?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can fully relate, and a lot of performers can relate to that.
Of course you can.
Many people have had their contracts cut short. I know that your contract was due to continue with the Book of Mormon, and you have had to have that cut short. It's a horrible shame, and all I can say is, you know, I wish that all performers can continue doing things that will help their career and keep their minds in a really positive place, and support each other until this is over.
And it's okay to have that moment that I have moments where I like, but then I get back and get inspired. I write something, or I read something, or I meditate on something, and I get a creative spark. I'm like, oh, let me write this, and this is going to be great for later whenever things open up. So it's everyone had, and it's natural. It's natural for everyone to have a day where you're like, you feel the weight, and it's okay to feel that weight. But just know that by you holding that weight, it's only temporary. It's going to release, and it's all going to open up, and we're going to be free again, and we're not going to have to wear our masks. So that time is coming, and we just can look towards that. If we can just look towards that.
Amazing. What a perfect way to end. You're so inspiring, Matt.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad. That is one thing that I love, and I hope that people are inspired by my journey. I feel like some of the downs and stuff are so that I can have a story to tell people who go through similar situations that
absolutely
it gets better.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Matt. It's been so good, and I actually feel so inspired now. I should go and do something really great.
Yes, girl, show them legs. Do a high kick. You have the longest legs I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, I love you. I love you. You're so great. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Stay safe.
You too.
Bye.